I'm Davey, and I'm awesome. And welcome to the Comment Corner, where you guys make comments on my videos, and I respond every week. And in between responding to your comments, they say that money talks. Mine just says goodbye. So, kicking it off with last week's Comment Corner, the Got Love for You corner. Because I got love for you, Rob. Robert Kindler started it with, first, like always. Then he commented, okay, the friend zone is cool, because maybe they will introduce you to an even hotter friend. Also, it is called friends with benefits for a reason. Yeah, my friends never had benefits, at least not like that. Only benefits my friends ever came with were like, oh, I know how to work on cars, and maybe I can get you in the movies for free or something like that. As far as them introducing you to an even hotter friend, that never happened to me either. Then Robert Kindler commented, I am sure Josh has seen Three Men and a Lady. To which Josh responded, never seen it. Oh, the one he's talking about, I'm sure you have. Then Joshua Martinez made his own comment. I'll let Rob do the comments. Then he commented, little boy goes up to his mom and asks, am I adopted? She replies, not yet, but we only just placed the ad yesterday.
Dude!
Yeah, we tried that. Nobody would take our kids. A beehive without an exit is unbelievable.
Not the bees! Ah!
Then, on my Davey's Awesome Stories, Touching a Pregnant Belly, where I talked about how strange it is that strangers would walk up to my wife and touch her belly when she was pregnant. Joshua Martinez commented, I touched what I thought was a pregnant belly. Turns out it was a big biker dude's beer gut. Weirdly though, I felt something kick. Hopefully you got out of there, because it was an alien! Then Joshua Martinez commented, woman, oh my goodness, what do you got in there? Man, depends on who shot first. Either way, it's my nephew or my little brother.
Ew.
Inappropriate. Then Joshua Martinez commented, how did the Burger King get the Dairy Queen knocked up? He forgot to wrap his Whopper. Then Joshua Martinez commented, sleeping on the couch again tonight. Wife asked, the more pregnant I get, the more strangers smile at me. Why? And before I could stop myself, I said, because you're fatter than they are, obviously.
No!
That will get you killed. And if she gets a jury of women, she will get away with it. Then Joshua Martinez commented, what's the difference between a 9-month pregnant woman and a supermodel? Nothing if the pregnant woman's partner knows what's good for them. Very true. How do you win an argument? Be pregnant. That's it. You won. Very true. How do you get a nun pregnant? Dress her up as an altar boy.
Ew.
Inappropriate. But very true. What do a pregnant woman and a burned cake have in common? You should have taken it out earlier. Sprinkle a little water on it, it'll be fine. How do you get a blonde to marry you? Tell her she's pregnant. Girl, Mom, I'm pregnant again. It must be something in the air. Mom, yep. Your legs, honey. If a zombie starts writing music, does that make him a decomposer? Then on my Davey's Awesome Wrestlings, where I reviewed AEW's Battle of the Belts 2, Robert Kindler started it with, it's kind of funny how they make a huge thing of getting all the old WWE cast-offs, and you all but never hear about them. AEW kind of reminds me of WCW. They have all the names in the world, but how many did they make? And before I get to this, Joshua Martinez replied to him with, thank you! Josh, first of all, don't be that guy to troll AEW even though you don't watch it. That seems to be the majority of people trolling AEW, people who know nothing about it. Now, Rob, I wouldn't consider this trolling, just has an opinion. But it's kind of flawed. Let's start with saying they got all the WWE cast-offs and you almost never hear of them. Except for the fact that one of them, Jon Moxley, was their champion. Him and Daniel Bryan are now teaming up with William Regal, making a faction that is actually being used to boost some of the younger talent like Wheeler Yuta. Not to mention Bryan Danielson had some really big profile matches with Kenny Omega and Adam Page. CM Punk has had nothing but a bunch of high profile matches with guys like Eddie Kingston, MJF, Darby Allin, Christian Cage was in the title picture, not to mention he's building up Jungle Boy, which takes me to the second point. How many names did they create? They've only been around for 3 years. Like, they're about to have Double or Nothing 3, which is their 3rd year mark. It takes time to create names. TNA at some point started creating names like AJ Styles and Samoa Joe, but that took like 6-7 years to do. They are, though, creating names. Jungle Boy is becoming a name. MJF is becoming a name. Britt Baker has already become a name. Now, granted, you could argue that these guys were names on the independents, but there's a difference. Because CM Punk had a name before he went to WWE, but let's face it, that catapulted him into stardom. But again, this takes time. So it's a little soon to say that they're not building anybody up, and you can't say they're not using any of the WWE cast-offs. They're just not doing the WCW thing where they immediately put the belts on them. And I applaud them for that. Then Joshua Martinez commented, "There's nothing special about this comment." So there! How's that any different from any of your other comments? You know how much it costs to get your ears pierced by a pirate? About $1 an ear. Then on my Davey's Awesome Movies, where I reviewed Arnold Schwarzenegger's very first movie, Hercules in New York, Joshua Martinez commented, "I asked a toy store sales assistant if they had any Arnold Schwarzenegger action figures in store. She replied, 'I'll be back.'" My girlfriend says my Arnold Schwarzenegger impression is horrible. That's when I got up, and right before I walked out of the room, I turned to her with his impression and said, "I'll be returning." I once had a girlfriend who was obsessed with Sylvester Stallone movies, but at the time, all I wanted to watch was Arnold Schwarzenegger. We'd argue frequently, but in the end, she'd always win out. Needless to say, it was a rocky relationship. Bill Gates met Arnold Schwarzenegger at a party. He asked him if he had upgraded to Windows 10 yet. Big Arnie replied, "Ah, still love Vista, baby." Stallone, "I'm making a movie about composers. I'm playing Vivaldi." Van Damme, "I'll be Mozart." Schwarzenegger, "Stop it, guys, I'm not saying it." Every time a bird craps on my car, I sit on my porch eating wings, just to show him what I'm capable of. Then, on the Brothers Not Lovers video, Overrated, Underrated, number 6, where we discussed whether or not we felt the movies Wild Hogs, Weekend at Bernie's, La Bamba, The Longest Yard, remake, V for Vendetta, and Chicago were either overrated or underrated. Joshua Martinez commented, "For all the fans, I felt it worth noting. Mine and my brother's relationship is best compared by Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. I'm Depp. You frickin' wish. On no universe are you Depp, even when it comes to being abused. The only way our relationship is like Amber Heard and Johnny Depp is that time I crapped in your cocaine, which was really powdered sugar. And then I thought I was in the free and clear. But Josh's alter ego, J. Spud Martin Steestein, PTSD, J. Spud Rump, now Joey Jojo Jr. Shabadoo, and whatever name he comes up with next week, commented, "I prefer the sweet smoky goodness of El Pollo Loco. Not that this has anything to do with your video. I just wanted to say it before the Loco Cur shares come from me. Seriously, I thought pirates were strictly of the sea. Yet they come over and try to strap peg legs to my knees, all because I wanted a bucket of chicken. Life's not fair. Can't I have one day without merchant privateers trying to make me walk the plank into a 6-foot deep swimming pool as a pretense to make fun of my short stature? All for a bucket of chicken. It's terrible. They poked me with dry starfish and salted cod. They called me Chewy Rogers." You are so stupid. El Pollo Loco's chicken does not come in a bucket. I think that the tags that pets wear around their necks should now be called caller IDs. So there you have it. That's Comic Corner this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, hit that little bell so you get notifications when I post new videos, and leave a comment of your own so you can be in next week's Comic Corner. Love you guys.